Hi guys, in this video, I would like to share our experience using the art of argument, and at the end of the video, I will include a flip through of the teacher's manual. My daughter was, she just finished with the final exam, and we did sit down and kind of put together just a few points that she and I wanted to share that we hope might be helpful. I do think that she enjoyed having someone that she was able to kind of go back and forth discussing, the different fallacies with. So I'm happy that I was able to keep up with her, for the most part. Now, there were times during the year, where she did kind of move on without me and I kind of play catch up, right? But for the most part, I did stick with her, right? And how it's organized in here did also make that possible, and I'll share that in a minute. I also wanted, before I get into that, so how we decided on logic was I was looking for electives that she can possibly complete in the 8th grade, and combining the fact that she does like to read and also she does like to argue, I thought that it might be something that she would have enjoyed doing, and she really enjoyed logic in her 8th grade. So she enjoyed logic and history this year. Those were her two favorite subjects, right? So she's very happy. Not very happy, I shouldn't say she's very happy, but she really enjoyed doing this curriculum, right? It's something that she looked forward to. Anyway, so that's how we decided on logic. I also wanted to say that when we started the first exercise, I was very intimidated by all of the Greek terms and definitions, to the point where I thought that I would have needed a dictionary that included a lot of Greek terms for certain English words. I went out and purchased one. And honestly, if I had taken the time to pan through the entire curriculum, I would have seen that all of the definitions that's required for the term, the few Greek terms that's included, it's in the teacher's manual, and it does not weigh very heavily on being able to complete the curriculum. Hopefully that makes sense, right? So I'm sharing that so that, if you decide to do this and you don't have, that background, you won't be intimidated by it. Whatever you need, it's included in there. Sometimes it's a bit, maybe this is just me, it's a little bit difficult to be, completely thorough with every, single curriculum. So that's on my part, right? But I did want to share that, so that if you open it up, you don't get intimidated by it. All right. So a few things I wanted to say. The definitions. I like the fact that all 28 fallacies, the definitions are included on the inside cover of both the teacher's manual and the student text, right? Now, I do want to point out, if you have the older version, long story how I ended up with both, the older version also has the 4 key questions at the top, right? It's not on the newer one. It's not a big deal, but just something to note, right? So I like that, and that helped me when I was trying to play catch up with her, and I needed to, quickly remind myself what the fallacy meant. It was nice to have that there as a quick reference. That was more so for me. I more used that than she. She was, she just used the definitions and explanations in the actual text, right? Also, I liked how the curriculum is organized. And there is a sheet here. I think I shared this in a video before. There's a sheet called the Weak Arguments Fallacy Tree. That was also very helpful for quick reference when discussing or learning a new fallacy, being able to go to that weak arguments fallacy and always make that reference as to where that fallacy, falls on that tree, to see how it was connected to different fallacies, right? That made it, that made the connection for me, right? So I really appreciated that simple thing, this simple sheet. I really did appreciate that, and I have different post-its. I usually do that with a lot of my manuals, so that I can quickly refer to certain pages. That helps me a lot. All right, so I like how the curriculum is organized, and lastly for me, I also liked that it went into further discussion for the different fallacies at the back. There's the fallacy discussion answers at the back, and what that does is that for each fallacy, it gives further explanation of what that fallacy meant, right, in a discussion form. Now, it wasn't necessary for all of the fallacies, especially the first few fallacies. The discussion in the actual, text was sufficient, right? So you don't always have to, turn to there if it is they grasped what the fallacy meant, but it's there. And it was very useful, as you progress to the later fallacies, right? Something that my daughter said that she really appreciated was the fact that they when they were given examples for different fallacies, she liked the fact that they used different situations, right, for explaining those fallacies. They didn't just stick to one category of examples. They gave examples using different categories, whether it be casual situations, politics, advertisements. She really appreciated that, because she said that helped her be able to understand the fallacies in different situations. All right. So she really appreciated that. She did say, and this was her, she said that she would have preferred that if it is they had included the Greek terms for all of the fallacies. Now, if someone knows why this is this way, please feel free to share below. The Greek term was included for some of the fallacies, but not all of them. And it doesn't seem to be, done in any particular order. Not really, a big deal. But she said that she was wondering why it is some of the fallacies had the Greek terms for them and some didn't, right? And for her, some of the fallacies were very easy for her to understand and grasp, but then as, not necessarily in order, but it had a few fallacies were a little bit challenging to understand. And again, that is where the further discussion at the back of the book is extremely helpful, right? And that actually kind of wraps up, a few points that we wanted to share. All right, so I'll just wrap that up there and get to flipping through the curriculum.